Hi, boys and girls, and welcome to Learning with Miss Nancy. Today, we're going to talk about a letter in the alphabet. We're going to talk about the letter I. Yes, I. Can you write the letter I? Well, let's write it together. Let's pretend our fingers a pencil or a marker, and let's write the letter I in the sky, okay? Write a line across, then a line coming down, and then another line across. And that's the letter I. Let's do it again. Let's trace this letter with your finger. Line across, line going down, and another line across. Yes. So the letter I in the alphabet is a very important letter because just like the letter A, it's not only a letter in the alphabet, it's also a word when used in a sentence. Yes. Let's say our alphabet up to the letter I. You ready? A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I. Very good, the letter I. So, the letter I can be written two ways. We can write the letter I, the capital I, or we can also write a lowercase I, like so. Lowercase I, capital I. But when we're using the capital I as a word, it is a pronoun. Now remember, we talked about prepositions earlier. Now we're talking about a pronoun, which is another part of the 8 parts of speech. And a pronoun is the word that takes the place of a noun. And a noun is a person, place, or thing. But what I want you to focus on is the pronoun I. For example, I use the word I so that I don't have to keep saying Miss Nancy, Miss Nancy, Miss Nancy over and over and over. For example, wouldn't you get tired of me saying, Miss Nancy is hungry, Miss Nancy is tired, Miss Nancy is smart, Miss Nancy is funny? You would say, oh, Miss Nancy, enough already. Instead of saying Miss Nancy, you would say, I am tired, or I am happy, I am smart, I am funny, I am excited to see you. So this pronoun takes the place of my name, Miss Nancy. And whatever your name is, if your name is, let's say your name is Justin, you don't go around saying, Justin is hungry, Justin is sleepy, Justin wants to watch television, Justin is happy. Your mother would say, Justin, why are you saying your name over and over and over and over again? Why don't you just say I? Instead of saying Justin is happy, you would say I am happy. So the pronoun I, when used in this way, is a word. So we know that the letter I in the alphabet is a letter that we use in a lot of words, or the letter I by itself is a word. Now, when we're using the letter I as the word I, as a pronoun, we must always, always, always. Did I say always? Always, always, always. Did I say always? We must always capitalize it. Never, ever, ever. Did I say never, ever, ever? Never, ever, ever. Use a lowercase I when you're referring to yourself in writing or reading something. That's a no-no. Using I as a word must always be capitalized. So when you're writing sentences, if you're going to make a sentence, let's say, for example, you want to say, like Miss Nancy is tall, I would say, I am tall. That's a sentence, correct? But there's something wrong with this I. What is it? It's a lowercase I, and you never, ever, ever use a lowercase I when you're referring to a person, when you're using it as a pronoun, when you're using it as a word. No, 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 no. You must always use a capital I because now it's a word. I am tall. This is correct. This reads the same way, I am tall, but that's the wrong I. Don't ever, 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 right? Use a lowercase I in place of a person, the pronoun. Always use the capital I because it represents what? A person. Capitalize it, always. I am tall. This is a sentence, ends with a period, begins with a capital letter I. This I is not correct. Don't ever, ever, ever use this lowercase I when you're talking about someone, using it as a person. So the pronoun I is always capitalized. So the word I is a pronoun, okay? Like the words me, he, she, and you. Capitalize the I, the pronoun, when you write it, type it, or text it. I, yes. And so when you're reading books, here's the title of one of my books. I don't know why. Look at that capital I. It's not a lowercase I. And remember, don't ever, 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 did I say ever? Don't ever, ever, ever use a lowercase I when you're talking about a person. Always, always, always capitalize the I. Yes. So we're going to go outside and I'm going to take my basket and we're going to pick sentences off the vine, but we're only going to put the correct sentences in the basket, those that begin with the capital I. Follow me outside. Hi, boys and girls. So we're now outside and I have sentences on my vine. This is a vine of sentences and there's my basket. So what we're going to do is I am going to actually hold up a sentence and you have to tell me if it's correct. If the pronoun I is capitalized, and if it is, it goes into our handy dandy sentence basket. If it isn't, if it's incorrect, then we have to just leave it on the vine and correct it next time. Okay? So here we go. Let's start over here. Here's a sentence. It says, I am a boy. That's a complete sentence. It starts with a capital letter, ends with a period. It starts with the capital what? I. Yes, the pronoun I is talking about a person. So we can take the pronoun sentence, the sentence with the pronoun I am a boy, and place it in our handy dandy sentence. Stay on the word sentence vine. But here's a sentence, same sentence. I am good. Is that correct? Oh, yes, it is. Oh, yes, it is. There is the capital I am good. Perfect. And ends with a period. We can put this sentence in our sentence basket. Here's another. I have a dog. Is that correct? It ends in a period. All the words are spelled correctly. And guess what? The pronoun I, there it is, capitalized. I have a dog. Always, always, always capitalize the pronoun I when it's a word. Yes, I have a dog. We can take this off and put it in our sentence basket. How about this sentence? I have a dog. Well, what do you think? Well, we know that's not correct because it's a lowercase I, and we know that a pronoun I must always, always, always begin with a capital letter. So we'll just let that stay on the word vine. How about this? I am boy. Is that correct? No. We know by now it must be a capital I. So we know that's not right. So let's find a sentence that may be correct. Let's see if we can find another. Oh, here we go. I am tall. Capital I. Pronoun I. Always, always capitalized. I am tall. Ends with a period. You can take this off and put it in our basket. I am a girl. We know that's wrong because it's a lowercase I, and the pronoun I is always capitalized. I am a boy. We know that's wrong. It has to stay on the word vine because the pronoun I is always capitalized. Here's another sentence. I am good. We know it's wrong because the pronoun I must be capitalized. Here's another sentence. I am tall. Wrong again because the pronoun I must be capitalized. Oh, sorry, but all of these sentences have to stay on the sentence vine. I have a cat. Wrong because the what? Pronoun I must be capitalized. I have a dog. Incorrect because the pronoun I must be capitalized. But here's one. Is this correct? I am a girl. Yes! The pronoun I is capitalized. It ends with a period. I am a girl. Look at that I. That pronoun I, that word I, is capitalized. It can now go into our basket. And we have to leave all of these other sentences here because they are incorrect. But our sentence basket is filled with the correct sentences using the pronoun I capitalized correctly. Good job. That was a lot of fun, wasn't it? So now you know the word I is a pronoun, like the words me, he, and you. Remember to capitalize the word I, the pronoun, when you write it, type it, or text. Okay? So here's an animated video that gives you more information about the pronoun I. Take a listen. Is a pronoun like me, he, and you. Capitalize the I, the pronoun. Write it, type it, or text. I hope you enjoyed it. I certainly enjoyed you today. And this is the end of our Learning with Nancy episode. So remember to tell all of your family and friends to subscribe. Yes, subscribe to my channel. Until next time, bye-bye.